Hi everybody, hi Dr. Nick. It's Monday, so that's the start of another weekly reading vlog. Now you'll have just seen the video that corresponds with that mess. Well, I say you'll have just seen it. It went up on the Monday that I'm filming I filmed the tag and the start of this vlog. So in case you couldn't tell, I did the Do I Have This Book challenge, and why is it so hard to find things when you're looking for them? You can find them, you'll be able to find things when you're not looking for it. I suppose that's part of the fun. But updates. The last vlog you would have seen would be from 2 weeks ago. I can't remember what I was reading then, but last week I did have the footage, but I accidentally deleted it while trying to clear out some storage in my laptop. It was a very short vlog anyway, not much happened last week, but I did start and read 3 books. I'll be talking about them more in my wrap up. This happened today. I was setting up the tripod and caught my finger in it. So that was fun. The book I'm currently reading is right at the bottom of the stack of books, because it will be. And that is, I should say, These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. I started it on Saturday and then read on Sunday morning, and then a little bit when I was waiting to go, when I was going to sleep, and I have been dipping in and out. Oh no, I didn't read any at work today, I was good. But I'm on page 223 of about 439. I'm really enjoying it so far. It's not really giving me a 5-star feel, but I guess I am only halfway, so it could change. I think it's probably going to be a 4. I am really enjoying the writing. It's really easy to read. I'm really enjoying learning these characters and the atmosphere. Obviously, I feel like everybody's reading this book at the moment, but if you don't know, These Violent Delights is a Shakespeare retelling set in 1920s Shanghai. We follow Juliet, who is a mobman, daughter of the mob. Either way, she's the daughter of one mob boss and is being primed for the air, and she's an ex-flapper. She was sent away to America to be taught how to be an American, I'd imagine. And then we also follow Roma, who is a Russian immigrant who fled the Bolsheviks. And amidst the blood feud that's going on between the Kais, Juliet's family, and the Montagovs, Roma's family, we have a madness that's going on, a plague. And where I am now, they have discovered the cause of it. I don't want to say too much for spoilers, but reading about a plague in the middle of a pandemic, it's a very interesting experience. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this, and these dusty pink edges are beautiful. So I'm going to put these away, and I have a exercise class at 5:30, and it's only 4:25 now, so I could possibly do a bit of reading, or if my mum wants to go for a walk, we'll be able to do that. So yeah, I'm gonna pop these away and see what time it is when I'm finished. So you never know, I might get some B-roll. I still haven't done any reading, and I think I've just left my book downstairs anyway. But when I left you, I had done a bit of an intro, let you know what I was reading and that kind of thing. But when I went downstairs, my Illumicrate box had arrived, so I have opened it. I've actually been, it was a bit of a time between my last update and my exercise class, so I opened it, and I'm very impressed. So we'll just, you don't need to see that. That was my phone. So still in a bit of a cardboard shortage, which is why the box is just brown and normal. This month's theme was Dearly Departed, and I'm very impressed with it. So because I've seen these, I'm just going to leave the spoiler card down here so I can refer to it. I'll leave the book and the pin for last, because the pin is always associated with the book. And there is a fabric item as well that I'll leave to just before the last as well. So, first of all, we have a little keyring that was designed by Daniela at Palace of Resin, and I don't think my camera's good enough to pick this up, but it's a little sickle keyring inspired by Dread Nation. I haven't read that book, but I do have it. It's on the bottom shelf so you can't see it. But it says, I ain't waiting for an opportunity, I'm making one. Cute little sickle keyring. Then we have a glass item, which I'm terrified to break. Terrified that I'll break, I should say. And that is the jacket. I'm going to butcher this. Jack. Can you believe I actually have a French GCSE? But Jacques Mason Jar Glass, designed by That's Lovely Dear at That's Lovely Tea Shop. That's Lovely Dear Tea Shop. That's Lovely Dear Shop. Souvenir glass from Jacques' restaurant is inspired by The Beautiful, which I do have. It's up there somewhere, and it's just a little glass tankard which looks like it should have a lid, with a little design on the front. It just says Jacques' restaurant with a little lion. And then we have some bookmarks which are inspired by the book of the month, so I'll just put them back in the pot. Then we have a ceramic book pot. I love these. So we have Book of the Dead, which is inspired by Egyptian mythology, and this was designed by Chatty Nova. We have some magnets. I do like magnets. We have, these are called Gloom Mistress and Griddle. Gloom Mistress and Griddle magnets, so obviously Gideon the Ninth. So we have Gideon, who is the ginger, who looks amazing. And we have Harrow and Bear. So we'll just stick them on my book cart for now, until I can find somewhere else to put them. We have these lovely bookmarks, which are double-sided, and they are character bookmarks for the book. So on this side we have Japa and Javillo, so I'm going to butcher those names. But at the back we have two easier names to say, Rover and Lydia. They are characters inspired by, these are inspired by the book. We have the pin, which is absolutely stunning. A little flower bouquet, but it's actually a skull. And then we have, I'll show you the book last, but we have a little book pouch, little thing, which is so cute, and it's inspired by Nevernight. It says, too many books, too few centuries, and it's the same on both sides. But it's just a little book pot bag thing. It's a too many books organizer. I suppose you could put pretty much anything in there. That was designed by Fez Inkwright at Rose.air. So I'm going to quickly tell you about the book because my battery's not quite flashing at me. So it's In the Ravenous Dark by A.M. Strickland, and A.M. Strickland wrote Beyond the Black Door, which I am incredibly wanting to read. We have our letter from the author, why do I never get that right, with some character art. We have stunning end papers with a little bit of a exclusive sprayed edges there. I'm quickly going to read the synopsis. Power never dies and neither does desire. In Thenopolis, magic is rare and closely controlled. Those blessed or cursed with power are put under constant guard assigned to undead spirits who watch their every move. Ever since her father died to save her from this fate, Rovan has kept her magic a closely guarded secret, until an accident exposes her powers for the world to see and her tenuous freedom comes crashing to an end. Brought to the royal palace against her will and thrust into a maelstrom of intrigue and deception, Rovan is drawn to two people she cannot fully trust: Lydia, a beguiling and rebellious princess struggling against her own destiny, and Ivrilos, the handsome, powerful spirit she is bound to, who can control Rovan body and soul. Together they uncover a terrible secret that could destroy everyone in Thenopolis, the living and the dead. To save them, Rovan will have to start a rebellion in both the mortal world and the underworld, and find a way to trust the princess and the undead spirit vying for her heart if she doesn't betray them first. And then at the back it says, she loves the princess, she's bound to a warrior, she must betray them both. So, from what I've heard, and from the clues in last month's box, wherever I put that spoiler card, this is a polyamorous romance. So that'd be interesting to read. I know Beyond the Black Door is asexual representation, so I'm quite interested to see this one. It sounds right up my alley, and she is absolutely gorgeous. She gives me dark 1920s flapper vibes. Or is that just because I'm reading Beyond? Or is that just because I'm reading these Violent Delights at the moment? But anyway, that was this month's box. I absolutely adore the book pot, because I just think they're so pretty and cute, and I like my little organiser as well, because I'm sure I'll find a use for that. Might just put book sleeves in it. So next month's theme is Change Your Stars. We all love those characters who see their fate and refuse to accept it, who forge their own path through life no matter how hard, who never give up the pursuit of their goals and dreams. Our book this month is an epic fantasy set in an Indian-inspired world. A princess held captive in an abandoned ancient temple plots revenge on the brother who banished her there. When the princess witnesses the hidden powers of one of the maids sent to clean the temple, she forces her into an uneasy alliance in order to escape and overthrow her brother. Together they will set an empire ablaze. We loved the gorgeous prose and the dynamics between our two morally grey characters. Oh, I do like grey characters. They make things so much fun. A Lumicrate edition will have exclusive stenciled edges and embossing on the hardback and come with a signed book plate. Both the full box and book only option come with the matching pin designed by Stacey McAvoy Gaunt, who also designed this one. Items this month are inspired by Girls of Paper and Fire. Haven't read. Spinning Silver. I have read, enjoyed it, it was okay. Skyward, loved. The Invisible Life of Annie LaRue. She definitely changes her fate. And City of Brass, which I'm just finished the first two books in that series. I'm waiting for the third in paperback, and both 5 stars. And we have a book sleeve in this box. And the sneak peek is we will be including a Novel Threads dress enamel pin by Blissfully Bookish Tees. So that was April's. I don't think I mentioned it, but the theme was Dearly Departed. And I'm going to pop these away and read for the rest of the night and watch some YouTube. So I'll see you when something happens. Bye for now. So it's now Wednesday, and as you'll have seen from the clip just before, I finished These Violent Delights, and it's now sporting its very pretty Fairy Loot undercover. And I also got, you'll have probably seen it just there, but new studs in both ears. And I've just started reading Dokkaebi by Kat Cho, which is the companion slash sequel to Wicked Fox. I'm only so much into it. I'm on page 83, and so far I'm really enjoying it. It pretty much picks up where the first book leaves off, but we're following I'm going to butcher these names, but we are following Somin and Juno this time round, and my camera's flashing, so I'm going to make this quick and say I'm really enjoying it, and I'll speak to you more soon. It's Thursday and I finished another book. I finished Dokkaebi, Vicious Spirits, which is the sequel to Gumiho or Wicked Fox by Kat Cho. Sorry. So that takes my total this month to 5, and we're only on the 12th. Okay, 13th. We're on the 13th of May and I've read 5 books already. This is looking good. But anyway, ratings. I'm going to pop you down. No. We'll just pop you down there. So, I meant to come back and tell you my thoughts on These Violent Delights. I gave that 4 stars. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I did want a little bit more romance, with it being Romeo and Juliet inspired, but I can see where she's taken the inspiration and made it her own. Hopefully, fingers crossed, the sequel, Our Violent Ends, which is just being released soon, I believe, it has a bit of a happier ending. But I did enjoy it. Unfortunately, I couldn't give it 4 stars because couldn't give it 4 stars. I gave it 4 stars. Couldn't give it 5 stars because it did drag on a little bit for me in the beginning. In the middle, sorry. Beginning, I loved getting to know the world. 1920s Shanghai just seems like such an amazing place to be. Obviously we have the gang tension, which does give it a bit of a 1920s New York feel to me, but maybe that's because I've been watching maybe that's just me. And the ending did get to me, especially the bit with Benedict, who I think he might have OCD, or at least some sort of behaviour issue, shall we say. But yeah, really enjoyed the characters. Didn't think that they went through much development. However, that's a moot point at this one. We all know, because it's Romeo and Juliet, that at some point these two characters are going to kiss and make up. But yeah, now we have a Dokkaebi, which I also gave 4 stars. This one is a sequel to Wicked Fox, which is just over there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's that little pink book that's just peeking out there. But Wicked Fox is the story of Mi-young, who is a gumiho. She's a 9-tailed fox, and she has to survive by stealing the energy of men. However, she doesn't want to do that, so she only feeds on the killers, the bad men, and to survive. And she doesn't really want to be a gumiho, but she feels like she has no choice until she loses her fox speed and ends up meeting Ji-hoon. And I am so sorry if I butcher these names. But yeah, she meets Ji-hoon, and without going into too much, because obviously this is a sequel / companion, which picks up pretty much where the end of Wicked Fox ends. Well, and we are still following Mi-young and Ji-hoon. We also pick up with Lee Sumin, or Sumin, because if I'm right, in Asian culture the family name, or what we would say the surname, is said first. So she's Sumin, and she's human. She just helps Mi-young out a bit in the first book, but then she picks up a friendship. She gets close to Juno, who is a Dokkaebi, or a gargoyle type creature, but he is different from the others because he was made to be charming, and he works as a bit of a black market dealer, a bit of a con man. And while the events of Wicked Fox are still quite fresh in terms of the story, because it was a while since I read it, I think it was the first book I got in a subscription box, or one of the first anyway. But while the incidents of Wicked Fox are still prevalent in this book, it is beautifully written. The writing style is so simple, but it drags you in. I mean, I read this in 2-3 days, and I had to pull myself away to go to bed. So it gets 4 stars. There were a few bits logic wise that did pull me out of the story, and I think that's more on my side rather than anything else, because I am not a teenager in Korea. I don't know how they can study for so long and still be able to have a bit of a social life. But there are notes in the back about the schooling system and a few cultural bits that pop in and out, and yeah, I am looking forward to what Kat Cho writes next. Her style is so simple, it's beautiful in its simplicity. She doesn't need to use big words, and it does have a transportive quality where you actually feel for these characters. You feel where they are, and there is a few little parts of this book. I'm trying to show you one that isn't a spoiler, but it has like these illustrated pages which are like which I think are folk tales, or at least they feel folky to me, which don't distract from the overall story, but they do add something to it, to help us understand the nature of the Dokkaebi and also the Gumiho in this world. So yeah, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, and I'll probably pick up The Ravens next. But if you didn't know, I'm a university student. I'm studying with the Open University, and my end of module assessment is due on the 1st of June. So I'm currently working my way through that as well. So tonight is going to be a bit of a chill party, for one, because aren't they the best kind of chill parties when you're by yourself? But yeah, I'm going to pop this away, update my little chart that's on my TBR card, which you've probably seen before, update my reading journal, and then get settled on the next sort of section of the essay. And I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye. So you'll have seen, sorry about the noise if you can hear it, my neighbours are having some work done, but as you'll have seen from the clip just before, that I've started The Ravens by Cass Morgan and Danielle Page. I'm only on page 41, I'm just about to start chapter 5. If you don't know anything about this book, it follows two characters, Vivi or Vivian and Scar or Scarlet, who are both witches. Now, Scar is older, she's a junior in university, so I think she's in her 2nd year out of 3. So she's a little bit older, she knows she's a witch, she wants to be the sorority president, and she's cold. She just seems a little bit cold, and fair enough. I get that she's a product of her family. Both her mother and her sister were president of the Kappa, or the Kappa Society, or the Ravens as they're called, and they've impressed upon Scarlet how important it is for her to continue that legacy. And at the moment, Scar is happy with that. That's what she wants, but I have a feeling that she's not going to like it she's not going to want it further on in the book. And then our other protagonist is Vivi. She is just starting university, and she's moved around a lot. She's never really been anywhere long enough to call it her home. I think there's a line in here that said she went to four elementary schools, 4 kindergartens, 3 elementary schools and 2 high schools, or something like that. So she's a little bit more flighty let's say. But obviously the two girls are going to be, they're going to meet up and chaos is going to ensue, I think. But the book actually starts off with a really creepy prologue of a witch. So this might be a bit of a trigger warning. But this witch seems to be using blood magic, or at least a little bit of bullying over this blonde girl. And then there has been mention of a girl called Harper, who they don't seem to talk about, or they don't want to talk about. So I think Harper is either the witch at the beginning of the prologue, or Harper was the little girl, or Harper was the girl that was attacked. And Vivi's mum, while Vivi doesn't know she's a witch, and her mother doesn't seem to know either, Vivi seems to be Vivi's mum. What's her name? Is it Daphne? Yeah, Daphne. Daphne seems to be very in touch with the spiritual side of things and uses tarot. And we learn from Scar that tarot plays an important part in this version of witch magic, and it's set in Savannah. It's set in Georgia. Now, I don't have the audiobook, but there's certain characters that have been introduced that I totally see speaking in a Georgian accent, you know, that slow southern drawl. One character has actually been described as having that, and in terms of POC rep, Scarlett, her mum and her sister are all, Scarlett describes herself as brown. She describes the three of them as varying shades of brown, and in Vivi's point of view, when she first meets Scarlett and her two best friends, she describes Scarlett as black. So we have the POC rep there. It's going to be interesting how the witches seem to fit here. But we've just, like I say, it seems quite quick paced already, but I suppose we have to there's going to be a bit of world building that needs to be done, understanding how magic fits into this university, and also getting Scarlett and Vivi to meet. I think it's not going to be long, because Vivi has just decided to go to the Rush party. Now, I don't know much about sororities, being English, as you can probably tell by my accent, but as I understand it, the Rush is what gives the sorority girls a chance to see who's interested, gives them a chance to see who wants to be part of the sorority, and for the Ravens, Rush gives them a chance to see who has magic and who doesn't. I just can't get over how pretty this cover is. Now, this is the Illumicrate edition, so it has the pink sprayed edges that match perfectly with the hardcover. Now, I don't know if my camera's picking it up, but this is more like a hot pink, dusty baby pink, I would say, and this is more of a purpley pink. So there is some contrast there. So I don't want to say too much about the rating, because I think it's too early to say, but it is only 389 pages, so just shy of 390 pages, and so far it's quite quick paced. Like I've said, I am enjoying the writing style. Now, I do have a feeling that Cass Morgan wrote one character and Danielle Page wrote the other, but as I have not read anything by Danielle Page, I can't be sure for certain. I did read the 100, and I did enjoy the story. Look at the glow. But I did enjoy the story and the writing. But I didn't continue with the series. I think I read like the first 3. or the first two. And I did enjoy, do remember enjoying it, but just going to get on with this because it is still quite early. It's only about 10 to 7, so, and I normally crash out at about 10 during the week, so I'll probably just end this update here. I might do a bit of B-roll of me reading, but yeah, I'll come back to you tomorrow. I'm probably just going to end the vlog tomorrow anyway, even though Sean's picking me up on Saturday. We're going to have like a nice cozy Friday in our own houses. So just going to see you later. If anything interesting happens in this book, I'll let you know. So it's Friday, we made it to the end of the week. I'm just going to pop you down a bit, and I have been a little bit busy since I finished work. It's now 6:15 and I finished work at 4, so I've had my exercise class, which is why my hair's a bit there, and you can't see it, but I'm wearing joggers, which I never wear, and I've mostly packed my bag for the weekend, because of course I stay with my boyfriend at the weekend. He's picking me up tomorrow, but I'm just going to end the vlog some point tonight. I've ordered my tea, so while I'm waiting for my tea, I'm probably going to have a bit of a tidy round my bedroom, and then what I did want to do, and let me know what you think, but I did want to maybe just sort out my books again and have a bit of an unhaul. I did that at Christmas, but I don't think I actually got rid of the books, and I didn't film it. So I'll probably... Sorry, I thought something. There's a little bag. Well, you would have saw it earlier in the week. It's the book bag, the sort of pouch that came with the Illumicare book. But I saw that out the corner of my eye and I was thinking, what's that? But anyway, so I'm probably going to go through the books on my shelves and see if anything still sparks the interest, see if there's anything that I've read that I don't think I'll read again. Just that kind of a thing, and I'm going to do that before my tea and then probably go in the shower. And then come back and read for the rest of the night. I finished You as well. Now I've got nothing to watch. I might try Peaky Blinders, or I might just watch some movies for a bit. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say at the moment, and I'll come back to you if anything interesting happens. Hi guys! So as you can probably tell, it's a little bit later than when I last updated you. I've had my tea, I've been in the shower, and I don't know if you can tell by the little clip I'm giving you of this corner here. This is a DVD CD shelf rack that is masquerading as a bookshelf, and this bit looks different as well, because I used to have the books stacked that way, but now they're stacked that way. But yeah, I finally sorted out my books, so I have a pile here that can go to the charity shop whenever they open again for donations. So expect an unhaul video fairly soon. I think it'll probably go up next week or sometime in June. I don't think that's much else to say, apart from I'm just going to spend the rest of the night reading, still reading The Ravens, really enjoying it, and I think I gave you a brief synopsis of what it's about. We follow Vivi, who doesn't know she's a witch, and Scarlet, who does know she's a witch, as they navigate life in the Ravens, the Kappa... Is it just Kappa Society, or is there a word after it? as they navigate life in their university through that sorority. I'm not that far into it, so I can't say for certain what's going on, but there is a bit of a mystery aspect. I think one of the girls I think Scarlett and Tiffany may have committed murder. I don't think that's a spoiler. I think it's sort of implied that one of the girls did something. But I'm not even halfway through. I'm on page 128 out of 389, I think. Let's just double check. Yep, 389. So I'm just going to read my book for the rest of the night, and I'm going to call it a day with this vlog, and I'll see you in the next one. If you want to stick around and comment down below, please feel free. As the emoji, let's put a book or a stack of books. I think there's an emoji for that. And if you want to, and if you care to, please like and subscribe. And I'm going to get the hang of this exit one day. Please leave an emoji down below, just if you've got nothing, if you want to let me know you were here. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.